So we close the day with senior lights. It's Massey and Golding on the front of the grid, followed by the Lay brothers on row 2, Patrick and James, Kieran McCulloch and Grant Hunter. And then it's Michael Naylor, Richard Evans, Mantis Zaromskas and Tom Snape on the 5th row of the grid. A couple of drivers to look out for. P17, Jamie Crease, 133, former Easykart champion on the world stage, of course. Keep an eye on Jamie Summerhays too at the back of the grid. He should be a hard charger as away we go on board with James Lay. Look how difficult it is on the way through the first couple of ends. He's dropped down to 5th position already as into the lead goes Golding. McCulloch in 2nd position, 3rd place for Patrick Lay. And is that Golding? Is that Golding running wide? It's it. Golding's got a problem. Golding's got a problem. McCulloch hits the front and Golding's got a problem. He's looking at the kart. Something's gone terribly, terribly wrong. Ironic when you consider Martin caught up with him earlier. Here's what he had to say.
How's this track been to you in the past?
Well, last season, good qualifying, but not a really good race weekend. Got caught up in a few crashes. Ended up 6th, I think, so hopefully do better this time.
Well, they say lightning never strikes in the same place twice. Three Sisters is obviously immune from that, because now poor Jack Golding's going to have to work from nearly 10 seconds back off the last place man in the field to charge his way through to the front. McCulloch now is your leader. Patrick Lay in the 175 is next up. 3rd position, reigning champion Massey, as Lay gets a huge amount of opposite lock from Grant Hunter, I think that is, in the mid-pack, just behind the top 3 who have broken clear. Oh, a couple of drivers going wide there. It looks as though we got a problem for the 157. That is a retirement for Tom Snape. He's out of it. More mechanical problems through the field. I wonder if it was the same incident that took out Jack Golding, but of course Golding not out of the race. Whatever's happened to him, it suddenly cured itself. Here's Patrick Lay, here's James Lay. Patrick Lay now in the lead. So James Lay trying to fight up towards his brother. But McCulloch has lost that lead now, so Patrick Lay out in front. Here comes Massey trying to make a move. McCulloch just holding his line in 2nd position. 3rd place is still all at the moment that James Lay can look at. Yellow flags out. What's going on there? Somebody's gone at Luna Bend. I'm guessing that's probably still the clean-up job from Tom Snape. But Patrick Lay currently in the lead. Still out in front, looking good, but McCulloch and Massey are not going to let him have a moment's rest. In fact, there goes Massey on the inside line to McCulloch, and that has brought James Lay into the pack. Look at the tyres, just how much rubber is coming off them over the course of this race. There's so much vibration going into the tyres, and you can actually see the line of degradation in the tyres on the right-hand side of the train. It is so... it's really graining quite rapidly, especially you can see it in the faster bends, certainly going out of Luna. You should be able to see it. Let's ride on board, just behind McCulloch. Oh, no, we'll get back with him in a short while, I guess. So still, the 5 of Michael Naylor holding up this little battle. The 183, that's Richard Evans, on board with Lay once again as he has a look at McCulloch. Into the right, and it's flowing through the left to the S's. Let's ride on board. Well, you always seem to disappear as soon as I say let's ride on board. McCulloch in front of Lay then, as Massey continues to usurp his position in 2nd place. Out in front, Patrick Lay has started to disappear into the distance. He's obviously trying to run away and hide. Just trying to see how much progress Golding has made up. He's made up a few places early on, so he is getting thereabouts now. Let's have a look on board. Out of Luna, down the straight. He's got a good line off Luna Bend, actually. He might be able to take on McCulloch into the first corner. Oh, it's close, but yes, and he even leaves McCulloch enough room to come back on the inside line. That's Sporting Racing. There's millimetres between them. Into Dunlop. I'm going through. Thanks very much indeed for the memories. And into 3rd position. Now he's chasing after Sam Massey. At Shennington, he was 3rd in the A final, but he was the pre-final winner. So he's obviously going to want to go one better than where he's currently sitting. But Massey is now the meat in a Lay Brothers sandwich. In fact, looks to me as though James Lay, who retired from the A final at Shennington last time out, of course, it looked as if he put his arm in the air, as if to give McCulloch a piece of his mind there. I wonder if there was slight contact. Obviously gets very frustrating in the middle of a race. Here comes McCulloch. The sandwich is a little bit more complicated now between the Lay brothers. And he's now signalling to him, come on, let's get after them, let's get after them. I don't think James Lay really wants to have that kind of signal thrown his way. He's battling the position, but he does have a point, McCulloch. He's pointed, come on, we're losing time to these two. We need to get after them. Otherwise, all we're battling for is 3rd place. We could win this. So very good tactics and strategy there from Kieran McCulloch. He's the E-plate for very good reason. He knows how to call the strategy. He was 5th last time out in the A final after being 23rd in the pre-final, so he knows how to carve his way through the field. Now he's just trying to close in on the top 2, signalling again to James Lay. Come on, let's get after these boys. Through the right and through the left of the S's at the start of the lap, and down to Dunlop once again. Starting to work this strategy. They are getting slightly closer to Massey, but they are rivals, don't forget. This is a very strange scenario in motor racing. In karting, you have to work with your rivals to move up, and let's have a look. We've just about got a glimpse of Golding. I think Summerhays is actually making up some good places in that group as well. There's the 133, Jamie Crease, 2012 Masters champion in Easykarts, and he is coming through the field quite rapidly, as we thought he would. Just on the outskirts of the top 10 now. Here we go. Oh, Lay just gets the door slammed firmly shut in his face. He's obviously not read the Kieran McCullough school of strategy, so he's trying to go for the place rather than work his way forward. Meanwhile, Grant Hunter started P6, currently 5th. It's pretty much the story of his season so far. He was 5th in the pre-final at Shenington and 6th in the A-final there. So he's pretty much on the bottom end of the top 6 all season long, but he wants to be slightly further up. He's going to need to work tactically. This is a strange scenario in motorsport. You have to work with your rivals to move forward and then make the break. It's kind of like you have to befriend your closest rivals in the championship and come to say, come on, we have to work together. James Lay's not working together. Up the inside, he takes 3rd position. He feels, I'm not going to get this victory if I sit behind you all race. Let me lead. Maybe they'll work better. So into 3rd position once again, and it's Lay, Massey, Lay, McCullough at the front of the field at the moment. Grant Hunter still there in 5th position, 6th place, that's the 183 of Richard Evans. And we're looking, Golding has made up 4 places so far, so Golding is doing his best, but he had so much time to make up. I wonder what that was that ended up holding him back. An absolute mystery. So we'll just have to see next time. Hopefully we'll get an explanation from him in the 3rd round of the championship. So out of Luna, that's the 182. Andrew Farley trying to work his way through the field. And the gap is starting to spread out a little bit. There's a battle for 3rd, there's a battle for 5th, as Grant Hunter tries to hold off the attentions of Richard Evans, and getting into the battle there in 7th position, that is the 5 of Michael Naylor, just in front of the 241 of Dan Walden in 8th place. So there's still a good 5 or 6 drivers on the cusp of the podium here. If it gets a little bit more intense towards the second half of the race, some drivers may still walk away with some silverware yet, that probably at the moment may not think they will. So in motor racing, particularly at this level of national karting, you never, ever, ever give up. You never know what's coming around the next bend. Evans getting closer to Hunter once again. He looks like he's really stepping up the attack. In fact, Lane, look, he's managed to get a huge amount of a gap between himself and Kieran McCullough over the last 2 laps. Having got through into 3rd, he's left him for dead. Never mind your strategy, mate. You're holding me up. I'm going after the leaders myself. So through, he's gone into 3rd position. The closest battle on track now is between Hunter, Evans and Naylor. Here they come. Into the left before Luna, and through the sweeping right-hander again. You get a good exit out of here. It can give you 3 to 4 kart lengths, and that's exactly what the 183 is trying to prove. Now, Jack Golding, from the lead to last place in turn 3, he is working his way through the field. There he is, in fact, as he disappears out of shot. He's up to 16th position, so he is working his way through the field as rapidly as he can. Might not be good enough for the top 6, but he's going to do the best he can to get there. He's going to have to work very hard indeed. Naylor tightening in his grasp on Evans. Evans tightening in his grasp on Hunter. And there's a couple of moves through the field. In fact, Golding's made up another place. Very nicely done there on the inside of, I'm fairly sure that was Keith Chivers he made the move on there, on the 226. So very nice work. Out in front, though, this man has got it all his own way. Patrick Lay leading the field with Sam Massey in 2nd place, and James Lay dropping Kieran McCullough like a lead balloon and actually closing in on 2nd place Massey. So what if we get a brotherly 1-2 here from the Lay family? That would be a pretty incredible result. 5th position. Oh, that's the 183. Evans has gone through. Now, we didn't see where Evans made the move, but he has managed to get past Hunter, and Naylor right in behind them on the 5. He is pushing hard. 8th position, the 241 of Dan Walden, and then it is the 218 of Jake Wellesby in 9th position. Another man moving through the field quite rapidly, Jamie Summerhays, just on the outskirts of the top 12 or so he's doing very well, working his way through the field too, and he started pretty much dead last. So out of Luna Bend once again, Massey being caught rapidly now by James Lay. This is an interesting dynamic. Patrick Lay out in front, James Lay reeling in Massey. Well, this is a very different story to what we were expecting in this race. We were expecting Golding to be in a mix of this and possibly even break away from the pack and dominate. And now the Lay brothers have come to town and they want first and second place. The big squabble then is going to be who's going to get it. Golding is definitely working his way through the field now. Whatever problems he had, he is going through the field rapidly. So he's making up place after place after place. I think he made up about 3 places on that one lap. He is charging. And here comes James Lay, tucked into the slipstream of Massey. Massey is having to push very hard indeed here. The reigning champion is working very hard indeed. He just can't keep up with Patrick Lay out in front. And conversely, in 5th position, Evans is catching up with Kieran McCulloch. And Naylor's got past Grant Hunter. So Hunter is tumbling down the order. He was 5th, he's now down to 7th place. So something not quite all well for Grant Hunter. If he's not careful, he'll have the likes of Summerhays, Golding and all snapping at his heels before the end of this race. Out in front then, Patrick Lay still charging away. Look at the gap. Massey is falling into the clutches of James Lay. And we're on board with him now into the right-hander. Oh, massive opposite lock. He just managed to correct the slide. That's how hard James Lay is pushing. He wants to get 2nd place here. He is not willing to settle for 3rd place. Here comes Evans on the inside. McCulloch slams the door shut. Very fast sweeping right-hander, that Dunlop. It's deceptive. You can pretty much launch through and carry the momentum through the corners. There's Golding making a move on Jake Wellesby, so he's not far now. He's getting there, taking his time about it, but he is progressively moving up through the field. Massey still struggling to keep Patrick Lay in his sight in front of him and holding James Lay back. 5 laps to go. I get the feeling that this could end up as a Lay Brothers 1-2 here, because James Lay is really giving Massey some massive pressure here. Into Dunlop once again. Oh, he almost had a look there, but the back end once again stepped out. It's it's another spectacular driving style James Lay seems to adopt around the Three Sisters circuit. McCulloch, look, he's backing up the field in 4th place. He's losing time. Evans is going to be, Evans is going to find him easy pickings if he keeps this up. So out in front, 3 to go at the end of this one, 4 to go, sorry, at the end of this one. And still, Massey struggling to keep James Lay back. And look, McCulloch is backing himself up into the chasing pack. On board with Lay once again. Let's ride with him. Very nice moves down to the Dunlop hairpin, just blipping the throttle a little bit through the left-hander. You don't want to floor it to the floor. And he's working. Oh, big slide there from Naylor. And Naylor having got through Evans, that's why. Big slide. Golding is at the front of another pack just behind, but Naylor's signalling to Evans there. Come on, come on. We can catch Kieran McCulloch here. We can get into 4th position. We need to work together. Again, it's rivals trying to team up here, and it doesn't always work out as easy as that. James Lay, he's got a great run off Luna. This could be opportunity into the inside line. Massey almost just moves aside and lets him go. Well, it looks as though Lay just timed it absolutely to perfection. He got the line out of Luna nicely. He's so much quicker through the braking zone. He just seems to dab the brake and let the kart slide itself through. Massey is having to be a lot more proactive on the brakes through the corner. He's really having to stop the car on the apex. So he's having a bit more of a difficult time of things, Massey, than the Lay brothers out in front. So Patrick leads, James is 2nd, Sam Massey in 3rd position, and look at the gap already building up. Sam Massey just not able to be on the same pace as these two. We're out in front, on board with James Lay. The gap is too big, I'd say, to his brother Patrick, but it's going to be a very happy home tonight. I have a feeling the Lay brothers may go out and celebrate at the end of this one. Just watching the rubber peeling off the tyre, the graining from the tyre on the front of James Lay's kart there. Jack Golding up to 6th place now. So considering he started first, dropped to the back, a long way off the back. Let's remember that, a long way off the back he dropped, and now he's in 6th position. That's definitely the very definition of damage limitation. That's going to give him something he can be very confident with out of this race. He probably thought it was all over last lap, and Patrick Lay has definitely got this one sewn up. And meanwhile, 2nd position, it's not quite so straightforward. Jack Golding, though, fastest lap, 39.842. One of the only drivers in the field to go below the 40-second barrier. In fact, I think he is the only driver to go below the 40-second threshold, so very good work from Golding. James Lay, it's not all done and dusted yet. Massey's still giving him some hassle on the last lap, but it's going to be a Lay Brothers 1-2. What a party the Lay family are going to have tonight if they can keep this going around the final turn, and it's a win for Patrick Lay. It'll be second for James Lay, who beats the reigning champion Sam Massey. Very nicely done indeed. Absolutely fantastic performance. Fourth position for the E-plate, Kieran McCulloch. Fifth for Richard Evans, sixth for Jack Golding. What a drive from the back of the field. Grant Hunter in seventh place ahead of Michael Naylor. Jamie Summerhays too, up to ninth place from the back. And Dan Walden rounding out the top 10. Fantastic race. So it's a Lay Brothers 1-2. At the end of the race, John caught up with the winner.
So Patrick, now unfortunately for me, although I was commentating throughout the day, I missed the first few laps of the race and how you ended up taking the lead eventually. Just want to talk me through that one?
Yeah, well, early on into the race I was up to second place, and then it was just literally coming off onto the start-finish straight. I got a good toe off Kieran and just dropped down and then pulled through and took the lead going into the first corner, and then just defended for a few laps. And I think I was lucky because I got a break because of Kieran defending from people behind. So overall it was really good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I did witness that myself. The drivers were battling behind, which obviously slows them down when they're racing like that, and it gave you a chance to pull away. So certainly a terrific win. So where do you see your season going from here then, Pat?
Hopefully onwards and upwards. It wasn't a great start at Shennington. I imagine we're somewhere in the top 5 in Championship. But I'd like to thank my dad and Owen Genman for all his help throughout the weekend. No, it has been really good, and look forward to the rest of the year.
So the invisible man, Richard Evans, the man who didn't turn up for his photograph, is in 5th place, just behind Grant Hunter in 4th. Patrick Lay 3rd in the points. Jack Golding, what a great performance, 2nd in the points after all of that. Just 4 points behind Sam Massey. Round 3 of the championship comes from Landau in South Wales. We'll see you there.